All my days have been held in your hands. I love you, Lord. You know, the concept of love, this is one of the most misunderstood concept in the history of the world, because people, think that love is just an emotion, it's just a feeling, and that's just part of it. But love is more than that. In fact, if you study, when you say, I love you, Lord, I love you, Lord, or I love my job, or I love my wife, I love my husband, I love my boy, I love you, I gotcha, I gotcha, I gotcha. You know, you boy, you my man. We just say this is emotional, but you get to know people when you're going through something, is when you know who really loves you. So, my friend, how can we understand this? Because love is the core of living, of life. It's the oxygen of life. If you're not loving, you're not living. And that's why part of my coaching is to help people return to love, to true devotion, to true understanding of themselves in this concept and perspective of love. No wonder the Bible says God is love. And so, for us to be sure and for us to really understand this concept, we really must go back to the basis, go back to the language of where we get this concept of love, the Hebrew language. And so, love in the Hebrew language actually, comes from, it's pronounced as ahava, ahava, and it means devotion. It means deep care, deep care and devotion. It means attachment. So it's something you've studied. So there's it's not just, oh, by faith. I just love you by faith, I just love you by faith. No. It's actually devotion. It's you've studied, you understand, you evaluated, and now you have made up your mind. It's a devotion. It's a devotion to this person, to this calling, to this job, to this relationship, to this business, to this assignment. It's a devotion. So the word devotion actually comes, the word love, the etymology of it comes from, brings out that meaning of devotion, deep attachment. Now, nowadays we have motivational speakers and all these people talking about you can love and no attachment so that you're not hurt. Then you're not loving. It's not love. It's not love. Love is deep devotion. It's deep devotion. Yani hata ikiisha, even if that love comes to an end, you can go back and say, nilipenda yangu yote. Yani that season, I gave my, there are people who are going to die, to live this life and die without never knowing what it means to devote to anything. Yani, because we are mentoring a generation. We have motivational speakers and socialites that are inspiring thousands of people away from the truth and telling them, oh, you can just, even in a marriage situation, you can just put your foot in and another foot out. Even in relationship with God, this is the way we are doing our careers, our jobs. You are there, you're not there. I mean, you spend 10 years in a job, but no one has a memory of you because you are not devoted. No one can remember. At that time, you are given an opportunity for the Monkey, did you do? I mean, what did you do? We can't remember you. Oh, you're the one. Oh, you're the one with the green shirt. They can't remember anything about you. Why? You did not bring the devotion. The devotion. The commitment. Selflessness. You are there. You are planted and rooted. Can you feel me? That is what we are talking about. Don't just say, I love this. Oh, I love my job. See, people, I love my job. I love what I do. I love this coaching. I love it. A small challenge, they're out. The reason now we are talking about so many divorce and so many people in court, people that made a vow to one another, is because we don't understand in the wrong things. We don't understand the concept of love. When you love right, it's a devotion, it's a commitment. And although it's going to be tested, it's a commitment. It's that boat that will go up and down, but you're in the boat. You're so attached. Okay, that's why when you study Hebrew language and study love, the word love, it brings the idea of attachment. And how we have all these social media speakers telling you, oh, the less you attach, the less you're going to be hurt. It's because you really have the wrong concept of love. You have the wrong concept of love. So before you tell someone you love them, before you make that vow to your job, to your calling, please understand it means death. It means you die to your ego. It means you die to your own selfishness. You have to be selfless. You see, the love that I see is the first level of love is where it's just about your needs. You just hear about your needs. It's about my needs being met. But you go to the second level of love where it's about having your needs met, but also you're meeting the other person's needs. You're meeting your needs and meeting the other person's need. Not now you move from wanting someone to meet your need. You're meeting your need, but also meeting the other person's need. But then you go to level number 3. This is what we're talking about. Devotion is where you are sold out and devoted to this person. And this is the way our relationship with the Lord, our relationship with God is supposed to be a devotion. And the reason some of us have all these psychological issues and trauma and unsolvable trauma is because this core relationship is not sorted out. There's no devotion. You're there, you're not there. There's no devotion. It's not devotional. It's not, you're not a devotee of your God. You're not devoted. You're not sold out. There's no commitment. You know, the story of the chicken and the pig tells you what commitment is. Okay? Because when it comes to sacrifice between those two, the pig will tell you what commitment is. Because by the time the pig has given a sausage, that's commitment. But the chicken gives an egg. Well, tomorrow I'll be there to give an egg. I can decide not to give it to you. So that's the vibe. That's the way we treat love. So before you talk about love, your conversation about love is for the birds until you understand it's a devotion. Let it be for the birds until you understand it's a devotion, it's a commitment, it's selflessness. So when you say you love your job, you're giving it. You're not loving it because of what you're getting from it. You love your practice. You're giving everything. You surrender. You surrender your ego, your fears, your insecurities, so you can love. And the rewards, there's so much because you only get what you give. People think it's a loss to give everything. Let me tell you, the moment you give everything, you get everything. You get everything. That's why when you watch the Olympics, number one gets everything, number two gets what? Nothing. And the difference is only milliseconds. You get everything. What has happened to number one? Number one has given everything. Everything. Surrender. And so I teach this in my conferences. I teach how do you get to that place of zero limits where you're unlimited, where you're one with God because God is everything. And we just getting ready for the breakthrough intervention coaching in Nairobi. If you're in Nairobi and you've not signed up for the breakthrough intervention coaching, dial this number 0722 992 111, 07 07 07 22 992 111. We'll see you there at the breakthrough intervention coaching where we live life with zero limits. Peace. God bless.